Hey, what's up? This is Robert from The Lion Show. This is one of my favorite episodes, so be sure to check it out. Today I interviewed Jon. We're going to be talking all about digital marketing, email marketing, JV marketing, and trying to find cool email lists and ways to partner with bigger brands, as well as how to speak on stage at marketing events and how to network. It's full of awesome information, and I really hope you enjoy. So without further ado, here's the show.
We are live. Hello and welcome to The Lion Show. It's your host, your favorite business coach, Robert Lion. Today, we have the great privilege of talking to Jon Weberg, affiliate marketer. He's a growth consultant. He's an email guy, marketing and digital marketing guy. So I'm excited to have him on the show and just chop it up. So Jon, why don't you kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you're up to?
Absolutely. And thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it. I hope we can spit some magic. To sum me up pretty simply, I am definitely a digital marketer who has a huge passion for helping people optimize and grow their businesses. Obviously, I love entrepreneurship. It's all I've done my entire life since I was 13 years old. I'm a second generation digital marketer, which is kind of unique. My dad had 2 offline businesses. They went bankrupt. He turned to this stuff. I saw it. I kind of followed along with the messaging, and it's all I've done, and it's kind of all I love.
I did see that you and your dad did a talk at some place. That's pretty dope to be able to do that with your dad.
That's something that, very few people get to experience is, we're in business together. And we've done, I think, 2 speeches, event called List Leverage and another company called Now Lifestyle. We both spoke. One was the first time we ever talked. It was actually really emotional because we were trying to tell a story because it was kind of more almost like MLM, network marketing. We were trying to invoke people's emotions. Everyone was bawling. I thought it was a horrible speech because we didn't give value, but at least people were more connected with us and kind of. But the second speech was definitely more tactic strategy. Went a lot more smoothly. No crying.
Hey man, the crying might have worked something. You never know.
Right.
I think it's not what you say, but how you make people feel or something like that.
I mean, that's true.
I have so many different directions we can go in. So I do growth consulting too. Right now the market's kind of different. Things aren't working like they used to. I'm seeing a lot of that. Well, let's tap in on what is optimization like. What does that mean for you, and how do you kind of step into a business and help them? What are you optimizing?
For sure. So there's 3 main areas I believe that are the most important because you can optimize everything. You can optimize offer, products, customer service. There's endless different things, but I think my specialty, and I think just in general, what is the most important is lead generation, the process those leads go through, which is your sales process. And number 3, your follow-up to turn those leads into customers. Because each of those is the most important kind of foundation for a business to get people to look at what they're doing, get those people to consistently look at what they're doing, and then get them to actually buy what they're offering, become repeat buyers. So I work on optimizing those 3 processes to increase ROI, generate higher quality leads, more leads, the whole shebang, all the most important kind of parts.
Where are you getting good leads from these days, or what do you like to do for the lead generation side?
I focus now heavily on content marketing.
Yeah.
Because we realize I'm still in affiliate marketing with my dad, Richard. Over the years, if we would have done a lot more of it 5 years ago, 10 years ago when I was 13, I would have 10 million subscribers on YouTube, and I would have, the social presence in the long term would be so much larger. Yeah. And it's been said social media and content marketing is important, but the gravity of what a long-term audience you can generate from consistently sticking to it, it's something that a lot of times you go in business, you look back and go, I wish we would have done this a long time. For example, I dabble in many different areas as well as SEO. SEO is the most difficult thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
And in SEO, same thing. If we would have done SEO 10 years ago, oh my God, the money we would have generated would be 100x what we've already done. So that's something that I think is content marketing. 1, because it obviously brings in new leads. Number 2, the leads and just people who are watching your stuff, who you don't realize are watching your stuff, regardless of what the business is or what it sells, is you're influencing them. You're getting them to want to buy from you. You're building some kind of relationship with them, even though it may not be initially generating sales. Long run, we've had people buy from us 10 years down the line or 6 years down the line because they're still following or seeing some of our content. So content marketing, huge.
No, I love it. punch in the feels right there, wishing about it.
Right.
I've done
Podcasting
so
10
much
years ago?
SEO, man. Oh, I know, right? So much SEO, so much content creation, but it always seems like, I missed the wave. But as long as you're doing it, man, right now it's, short stuff. Like we make these long form podcasts, chop them up, explode them all over the world,
Right.
syndicated everywhere. That's kind of the recipe. Let's talk about a little bit of email. Cause like in my mind, I feel like almost any business needs to up their email game, especially nowadays. With you need to be like the whole thing is like create an engine, right? So the engine is the content at the beginning, pumping people into your email, and then getting them to convert into a customer either that way or giving them value up front and having them buy low ticket and then getting in, or just going straight for the high ticket stuff where you're more likely to get on a call and things like that. But the problem with email is that you have to write all the damn emails. So what do you do
for email? It's my passion because when we first got started marketing online, we didn't have like any money, right? We were dead broke. My parents had their cars taken away. We lived in someone else's basement welfare apartment. So we didn't have a lot of money to do things with. So we were forced to learn and do everything ourselves, including we can't buy traffic. So we have to generate it ourselves. And we have to convert this stuff to actually make money. Like we need to, whereas the bills ain't getting paid. Right. So what most people don't understand, number one, about their marketing, before I'll kind of get into why email marketing is so important and different things you can do with it, is your job as a business is truly to build an actual relationship with your customers and leads. And unless you are actually doing that and participating in how you're communicating with them like they are a real person, that's most likely why most businesses don't grow, why they don't scale, why they don't continue to go an upward trend, is because sales and promotions only last so long, will only generate so many customers. It does work, but it's not going to consistently keep generating you more and more and more customers. So what I'm a huge advocate is not just like so much value in freebies, in gifts, in deals, and discounts, and in videos explaining the story, giving testimonials. You want to use every single variety of follow-up you can in your emails as possible, because within any audience, any leads list, any customers list, any audience of any kind, you have people who have a variety of different personalities. Some people are more analytical. Some people are more emotional. So in order to get them to relate to you and build a relationship with you and want to buy from you, in your follow-up, you need to relate with them from each of those different angles. For example, I'm very detail-oriented, and I love a good story. So if someone's just focused on promo, or they're just focused on the social proof and testimonials, or they're just focused on one avenue, they're not going to get the other side of me as well. And that's what businesses miss out on. That gets me hyped up and excited, is they miss out on, you have so much more you can relate with your audience with. The story of how the company was created, the story how the products or services are created. Make a video. I would even, like, if I had an agency, agencies are usually very profitable. Fly to a client or a couple clients, record their story of working with you, the problems they had, how you solved their problems, make a documentary style. You have to be creative and try to relate from as many different avenues as possible. By doing that, conversions are drastically higher. And also one quick thing too, people don't realize that your email list for most businesses, other than maybe if you're creating content, is your only communication with your audience. If you aren't communicating with them, aren't communicating enough, or aren't communicating in a variety of ways, you're not building a relationship. All of your competitors are, and they are getting the customers, because if you're not fulfilling your needs, just like in a relationship, I'm going to go to someone else who will.
So what do you write, like an email a day, or do you have like a spreadsheet and then you automate it all, or what do you like to do?
So of course, automated follow-up series is a must. Every business should have at least a minimum 21-day follow-up series automated for every lead that goes into any campaign. Because the first probably 3 or 4 days I structure for an automated campaign are more promo, more detail-oriented, because they just opted in. They're kind of a warm lead. They're interested right away. Then from that, you need to nurture the lead with value, with freebies, next 3-4 days. 3-4 days after that, story of how the company and product is created. 3-4 days after that, testimonials and social proof. 3-4 days after that, and you hit every single one of those points.
Yeah.
Personally, what I do and also advise as well is an email every day or every other day. And again, the reason why is there is so much noise in most people's audiences, but unless you're in some magical market, every market is pretty much saturated.
Yeah.
There are how many thousands of agencies, there are thousands of coaches, thousands of consultants, but how you break through that, to me, you can have a unique service and product, but that's very hard to find nowadays. You have to come off as unique and actually caring about the people you're wanting to work with. So you need to break through the noise. So
like I said, you're unique because you actually care about that.
Right, which is Frank Kern talks about that. That's something that businesses don't do. How many businesses do you think are like, how do I show my customers and leads I actually care about them?
Yeah.
Right. Isn't that simple? That's what Frank Kern, I did a little bit of work with him. Yeah. Really cool dude. He talked about, he's like, if you give people product and services and show them that you actually care about them, they might actually buy from you. What a crazy idea. Care for people. There's a saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Email every day. What businesses don't realize is, even if it's something simple, you're right also about, you said like most businesses don't utilize it enough. It's like every business I've ever talked to doesn't utilize email enough. Not even talking about like email segmentation, split testing emails, all those different things. Just email a day. It could be, I made a sandwich at lunch, and there's layers to a sandwich. In layers induces and increases your performance, your energy, decreases tiredness. You can relate very simple, funny, weird stuff to your audience. At least do that and get your message out there and get in front of your audience's eyes versus doing nothing. So yeah. I've sent to my email list videos of me in the shower, nothing down low, just up high. Videos of me. I would throw my phone, it would spiral, and then I'd catch it over here and then start off like a promo. There's different things you can do. Just do something. Email your dang list, because if you aren't, someone else is. And if you aren't, you have lost their attention, and all the money you spent on ads to bring them in is useless because you're not converting them into a customer.
I mean, with email, like I call it an email super system. So you bring new clients in, you give them the nurture segment, and then you kind of hit them. If they click on any of the links, you hit them with a countdown sequence, right? And then after the countdown sequence, you can hit them with another countdown sequence plus bonus. And it just seems like, in my mind, like once you really get that all set up, I mean, you could be printing money all the time. I feel like people just don't understand, and it's not as good as it could be. And then if they don't click any of your stuff, then you send them to a campaign with just a shitload of affiliate links, and then maybe someday they'll buy something and come back. Right. You know what I mean?
Send them to other offers, send them to other products and services. And that's why I think this is where optimization, this is something that I actually think, and I'm putting my mind on, that my message is going to, in any podcast or anything I do, it's like going to fine tune this, is because no one I know does it. No one I know actually does split tests. No one I know actually adds order bumps to their checkout carts. No one I know, like all the time, like consulting or just chatting with like just podcasters or anyone I talk to, I'll ask about email. Oh, I never email my list. And I just like get the tingles, like, you just broke my heart. I do. I'm like, so you're saying the majority of the money you could be producing, you're just burning in front of yourself? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And also too, like an order bump on a checkout cart, which is literally, for anyone listening, if you don't know what that is the easiest instant way to increase profits on anything sold ever. All you do is if you have the capability through your CRM or your checkout cart, you add one little checkbox to add something else to the cart. I had a book. I've self-published 2 books. One of them, I added a checkout cart or order bump once I realized it existed. Mm-hmm. It instantly increased ROI by, I believe it was like between like 1.5 and 2 times, because 50% of people who bought the book bought the upsell, which was 3 times the price of the book. So people got to realize optimization, it is not, I think people don't think about it. It is not like fun. It is not like we're launching a new campaign, we're doing this, it's not a big move, but it's the fine tuning that will make you so much more money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I want to put you on the spot. I'm starting a new business where we're going to basically help people launch their own online business, right? So they're going to start from nothing, go from 0 to 5 million or whatever in 3 years. Mm-hmm. If you were going to start a new business in today's stuff, what would you do? Would you do affiliate marketing? Would you do an agency? Would you do coaching? Like, what do you think is the sexiest or the one that appeals to you that you could scale?
The sexiest, because I've been in it so long, is affiliate marketing. And just like you're starting a new business, I am as well, because I realized something I already had wasn't able to scale. to like potentially be sold at like 9 figures or 10 figures, like when it grows to like a big company. So what I'm going to do and what I advise everyone do is affiliate marketing. If you are persuasive, or you can hire someone to be persuasive, or not even persuasive, just actually show you care about other people,
Right.
to gather affiliates to promote your offer, you don't have to pay for ads. You no longer have to pay for ads ever again. Literally. If you can gather enough high quality affiliates. For example, I got a watch on, a nice watch, and this award right here came from a guy named Joel Tarian. Joel Tarian has produced, I think, over $300 million in sales over the past 20 years. He's a good friend of mine, almost like a family member. We've flown to his house. He's flown to ours. Great, amazing person. Highly suggest you connect with him. Joel has had affiliates who've produced for him probably about half or more of that money he's produced has been made by affiliates.
Where are they finding, or where are you finding these affiliates? Are you just social media, like just blowing people up, or is there a special place that you go?
There's a few great places. There's affiliate marketplaces where basically these affiliates gather and promote offers. So JVZoo or ClickBank, Max Bounty. Max Bounty is one as well. Huge company. Went to a party of it's very fun. And as well, literally just searching for who are the top 100 affiliate marketers in this space. Who are the top affiliate marketers in that space, and contacting them and seeing what kind of deal you can make. Upfront money, maybe I'll give you $500 or $1,000 for a promo. You promote, and I normally give my affiliates, you have to have a special offer, just like in anything you're selling to. Instead of 50% commissions, I'll give you 75% commissions. And basically what I would do is gather the largest, highest quality affiliate army possible, which is what I'm going to do for a big launch. And then I'll give a quick example of this. There's a guy named Adil Chowdhury who just had a humongous launch. I believe he did almost $1 million in sale off of a $7 product or $37 product in like a week. A huge affiliate marketer. And he launched a product called Scribble. Scribble is now one of the most well-known global tools for creating, I believe it is PDFs, or creating ebooks, right?
I think I used them. Yeah.
You might use them. You might know of him. So the reason why he was able to do that, not once, but twice recently, he gathered a big enough JV launch, which you should also do a JV launch for affiliate marketing. You get together a bunch of affiliates, give them access to the product for free, and say, you promote, you get this out there. They promote automatically for you to possibly hundreds of thousands to millions of people, generate you hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of customers, which you can resell, upsell, do all this different stuff for.
Yeah.
And then because you have such a big launch, you have so many people pushing your product, you are now a brand name in the marketplace default.
Right.
So that's what he did for a second time. The first one was $1 million launch, which is incredible. The second one, I think he's probably done over $1 million now, as Presentar. Presentar is for creating presentations. Similar software, probably cost a similar amount of money in similar ways they relate to one another. Same thing, gather a bunch of affiliates to promote, and now has a brand name that's recognized in the marketplace for, I think Scribble was and has been around for like 5 or 10 years. So imagine 10 years of customers from one launch. It's mind blowing what the affiliate game can do. And for example, Joel, we've been affiliates for his. We still are for 10 years as well. You build long-standing relationships, and you can scale a business without running ads even.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. And do you think you gotta do you just let the affiliates go and do their own thing, or do you write the copy, create the creative for them, and give them as like a bonus? That's kind of like the process?
Any good affiliate, you're going to want to have, number one, more than one affiliate link for, because most businesses who have affiliate programs have, here's our homepage as an affiliate link to run ads for, send your list.
Yeah.
Just like business, just like I advise with email marketing, just like sales processes you send out, you want 3, 4, 5 different sales pages so affiliates can relate to different parts of their audience in different ways. 2, copy. You're going to want at least 5 to 10 different email copies. You could do a deadline sequence. You could do a nurture sequence. You could probably do multiple, which is what I would advise. And you want, again, any tools, resources possible for these affiliates to be able to promote and expand into the marketplace as much as possible, and also an affiliate manager. If someone can afford it, having someone to actually manage, run more promos, run webinars with them, all like Adil Chowdhury. If you can guarantee 100 people in a webinar for his product, Presentar, what he would do is he'll get on a webinar and sell for you. So if you can work closely with these people, This is why over the years I've learned relationships are so much more impactful than I realized. If you can get 10 affiliates who are multi-million-dollar earners who can promote your products for years to come, you're really close to them, you become friends with them, you have how much revenue that will be produced technically for the lifetime of a product or service. So
right.
treat your affiliates like gods, and they will promote you like you are the bee's knees, you are everything.
Right. I love that, man. I'm gonna call it like JV influencer marketing. I mean, it's
Pretty much
been around for a while, man. It's just another one of those rabbit holes that work though. You know, if it works, it works. I'm a big fan of marketing that works, and that's a great way to do it. Right. I have a cool software called ThriveCart, and we're building a service.
I also use ThriveCart.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try their affiliate thing first, and then I'm gonna do other ones probably too with some things. So I'd like to just dive into, I guess, your affiliate marketing. Like I always figure, you know, if I ever really needed to do something, I would just start, you know, going over different softwares, making review videos, added the link at the bottom, you know, SEO it up, and just do like 100 of those for like 100 days and just see how much money I could make. But I haven't done it yet. So do you like doing that, or how's that kind of going? Because I noticed on YouTube you're reviewing all kinds of stuff, and it's a work. You know, you got to do it, man. Someone has to. That's how you find the good stuff.
Right. What I'm doing is usually a lot of these businesses I'm connecting with them first in some way or format. So, for example, I just did a review in Kajabi, which I do highly recommend, not because I'm an affiliate, but because I've been building, creating, managing businesses and funnels and products and offers and membership sites for ever. It's all I've done. So I go into software, very few ever impress me to actually like, can I create a course? Can I have a membership? Can I collect payments? Can I have affiliates all in one? Kajabi has that.
Cool.
So what I do a lot of times is I partner or find a way, I say to weasel my way in, but to persuade, talk, also show I genuinely care, and I'll do these things with some kind of partnership with a good company I like, or that I see that's doing things. Right before this, I was actually recording for a company called Home Business Academy. I did them for Kajabi. So I look in the marketplace. Also, usually I'm connected with on LinkedIn, Facebook, somewhere, some of these people, they could be launching a product. For example, I just landed a speaking engagement with Epic Summit. And the headliner for Epic Summit is Dan Locke. Dan Locke is very big in the marketplace. So that's kind of cool to say we'll be able to kind of work with him or be in the same vicinity speaking with him. Yep. But how it happened was I saw someone just on Facebook who launched a CRM called Segmenti.io. It's basically just a CRM, you know, autoresponder, page builder, all that. I saw the event and I said, this guy also has an affiliate manager. I should reach out to the affiliate manager, talk with them a little bit, say, hey, would love to be an affiliate. How can I promote the event? Here's how you promote the event. He gave me the details. Then I go, well, you're having this event. Do you need any more speakers? It's, well, I'm not sure. We're pretty full. Gave him some details. Well, maybe I could be a speaker. Can you ask for me? Sure. Now I'm an affiliate and partner with them, and now I'm speaking for them. So it's also just watching the marketplace, watching the people who are in your industry and niche, seeing what they're doing. How can I work with them? How can I promote for them? How can I explore every opportunity I have to the max?
Right.
I also will be speaking for AdWorld, which is great. AdWorld's a huge community. How that landed is I saw someone else, a guy named Daniel Doan, who's a copywriter, one of the best you can find, super good. Daniel Doan. Daniel Doan. Cool. He's known as the banana copywriter. Very weird.
I think
but
I have seen it.
You might have seen his branding. He's got that on point. But he posted, and I've chatted with him before. He posted that he spoke at AdWorld. I reached out to him and said, hey, how did you get to speak for them? He goes, oh, they requested that they saw my branding. I go, well, do you have any connection to them? Sure, here's the email. I talked to that person connected me to another person, connected me with the person who runs it, connected me with the person who decided I can actually be a speaker. But then not just did I do that, this is why I think in all business, anyone listening, if you have any opportunity to speak, to be connected to an event, to launch a product, to JV, explore every potential possibility. You never know if the answer is going to be yes, because most often, from my experience, the answer has been yes, and I'm thankful for it. Not just what did I land the speaking engagement, I also talked with them and said, hey, provide value, give. I'm like, is there anything else I can help with? He goes, well, we have an affiliate program for the event, for AdWorld, and a partner program, where if you create videos for us and we like them, we will launch them as ads. So there's potentially tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. I don't know how big your audience is, potentially millions of people in ads seeing my face, seeing my name, seeing my brand.
Cool.
Of course I'm going to do that, right?
Yeah.
So I created not one, but to also give and deliver and potentially more opportunity. I made 3 videos for them, which they're all going to split test. So something I also do in business that I advise and just in life, explore until you get no. And if it's a no, explore some more, because maybe you need a second or third no before you might even find another yes.
I love it, man. Creating opportunities everywhere. So when you go on these, the stage, I guess, what are you talking about usually for your speeches?
Mainly optimization of, like we've kind of gone through, sales process, lead generation, follow-up, and also usually a lot of really small, simple things that increase conversions, increase sales, profitability so much. So another one, other than like the checkout cart order bump, is segmenting of emails. So in any leads list, or I guess email campaign series, you have people who go through your main opt-in and offer. They see, you kind of talked about it. You have your main offer, they go through it, they get all your emails, they don't buy. What do you do with those people? Do you keep promoting the exact same thing in the exact same way? No, you put them into a different entire sequence and segment to get things nurturing them and or other offers, because they obviously opted in because they wanted something and they had a need. That need and what they wanted has not gone away. You simply have not related to them in a way that makes them want what you are offering specifically. So what you do is you offer them other stuff. They don't buy that, you offer them other stuff. And you keep doing that for the people who don't want something, but also like reselling, again, like email. Every business I talk to doesn't resell their customers.
Email, yeah.
Right.
The secret thing.
It is. It's so widely known and talked about, but no one does it. It's mind blowing for me. Yeah. So reselling customers too. I talked to this one business when I was doing some work with Frank Kern. All they sold was for big trucks in the winter. They have an issue with winter, for snow and stuff. It's a huge issue for big trucks, especially between the US and Canada. They only sold chains, these special chains that guaranteed you can get through any snow. One product. And I asked them, I'm like, well, you don't have anything else? No, we have this one product. It's selling amazingly. Selling one other related product, even as an affiliate. It could be trucker clothes, trucker hats, you name it. Or getting those truckers to become affiliates for you. The exponential amount of profit increase is drastic. So that's something that I really heavily advise and talk about as well, is you need to, as bad as it sounds almost, you need to get as much money from your customers as possible. You do. Yeah. While serving them. It's business. While serving them, while giving them what they want, you need to, and delivering on what you say you're going to deliver, which is another part of business, you have to sell them everything. So people who say no need to be sold. Something that Grant Cardone talks about. No is not a no. Kind of true, because, for example, let's just say I love to work at agencies. Agencies are very easy to increase profits for a variety of reasons. Their offer, prices. Agencies, how many agencies are there out there that when people say no to the main agency, so you have an advertising agency, I'll run your Facebook ads for you. How many of them sell them then a different product? Have a single person dedicated to selling them a different product or service. It could be an ad course. For example, most agencies, the reason they get no is because pricing, or the people just want to learn how to do it. Have a course that you sell for, instead of $3,000 a month for your ads, you have an ad course for $500. Get some kind of money from your clients, even when they say no. The same thing for if they buy. Agencies usually only have just their agency services.
Right.
Why don't you have consulting for their entire business that you offer them? It could be an affiliate software for my consulting, your coaching, anyone's. Have an affiliate offer for someone else's, or have a major dedicated consultant in your agency who does just that. You have to have and be creative. This is where creativity is really important. Other ways to get money from your audience in other different ways. And that's something that I love to nerd out and talk about, because it's no one does these basic things. It's why, common sense is not too common, unfortunately, which it's great for us because we help people see the common things they're missing out on.
So I'm kind of like reinventing guerrilla marketing 2.0 is kind of what I call it. But I do business coaching, and I've been helping a lot of people. There's no like real question of this. I'm going to run my philosophy down. I just kind of want to see what you think of it. So when I look at someone's business, right, the first things I talk about is we make the foundation. So the foundation is email, right? The foundation is the website, the SEO, whatever. And then we create the engine. The engine is, leads, sales, and then follow up and testimonials and things like that. And that's a whole lot of things. So that can be like creating content, SEO, whatever the hell it is. Then I create an outbound sales plan, because I think that's the best way to go. Because if you can go from like 0 to 1 without spending a ton of money on ads, that's how you're going to do it. And then you take the money from the outbound, or like a percent of the money, and you take that money and you put it into ads. So that's kind of what I've been running for people. I'm just wondering, do you have a system, or is that kind of, how are you looking at it?
That's usually very similar to what I do. Is you have to start out with, number one, what do they already have in place? I always start out with, what do you already have in place, which is usually very little, especially email. You take a look, you don't email your list. You used to run ads. You no longer run ads anymore. You do some outbound maybe already, but not very much. Your sales process has you're not split testing anything. Most people are not. Right. This is something basic. Get ClickFunnels, damn it. Just use ClickFunnels. Use a basic split test feature. Scale just with that. They don't have any one-click order bumps. They don't really have an upsell process. You'll be amazed the amount of companies who just go, you bought my product? Here's a thank you page. Nothing else. Not including email segmenting, not including any of this different stuff. So I take a look at what you have in place. Here's all your weaknesses. Here's what you have going on. Okay, now we need to put into place the basics, the fundamentals, like you're saying, your sales process, your lead generation, and your follow-up all needs to be on point, consistent, brand matching, supportive of one another, correlating with one another. So the sales pages that their email campaigns are sending to the leads later on in the sequence need to match with everything else. And then from there, once everything is set up, we've identified the issues, we've set up everything, the foundations. For me, then it goes straight to optimization. Let's split test everything. Let's split test your emails. Let's split test your ads. Let's split test your sales processes, or your checkout carts. A checkout cart, it's so frustrating, because like a checkout cart alone, if you can increase, but people don't realize why optimization should be so sexy, even while it's not. If you increase, let's do it. I've done this a few different times in different videos. Let's just say you're going to optimize 3 different things in your business because you want to scale. This is where I love optimization, why it's my main step. After optimization, by the way, that's just pumping, if you're profitable, pumping leads in full force as long as you're profitable while you continue to optimize. Just let's get your name and brand out there so you dominate the marketplace. So let's go back to the scenario. You are optimizing only 3 things. Your opt-in rate, so like a landing page or opt-in page. Let's say right now your opt-in rate's 20%. Let's say as well, we want to increase your rate of people who are seeing your bridge page to going to the checkout cart. Right now it's 40% of those people go from that page to your checkout cart. And then let's say your checkout cart conversion rate's like 1 or 2%, which is industry average. If you want to scale a business, let's say you're running your business, you're running leads through this exact sales process, this funnel, and you're doing $100,000 a year. Great. Let's say you're doing $100,000 a year profit. Optimization is so sexy, because if you just do one thing that increases, let's just go with your checkout cart that's converting it, let's just say 1%. If you can get to 3% by doing split testing, adding an order bump, adding a testimonials below the buy button, which can have that effect, changing a headline, a little bit of copy, split testing, 1 to 3% is a 2% increase in your checkout, people checking out, right? That is a 3 times amount of people buying from you. So that $100,000 a year should, if mathematics withholds, which it should, is now $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Now include that if you can increase your opt-in rate by 20% to 30%. That's a 50% increase in leads. Now, that's if you can do that while obtaining the same quality of leads, because you don't want to cheapen your stuff to just get more leads, but not the same quality. That's 50% more leads, which means you're spending 50% less money on ads. So you've decreased costs in half. You've increased your ability to scale because you're spending less to do so. You've tripled the amount of money you're generating from your checkout cart. And let's just say you're, the bridge page I talked about, you get that from 40% to 60% or 50%. There's another whatever increase. That's not including any upsells in this process. That's not including downsells.
I always do the upsell downsell. The upsell downsell is like the cheat, like a hack for life.
It's just they're really easy. But you think with how much this, at least to us, seems like common knowledge. If businesses just did this, they would be ridiculously more wealthy and profitable. Like it's astronomical the difference it would make.
That's the curse of knowledge is once you learn stuff, you think everybody knows it, but nobody
Right.
knows
Like
shit.
you know
Nobody
about
knows
this,
what they're
right?
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very surprising.
That's pretty wild, man. So what are you doing now these days, man? Are you coaching? Are you going on speaking? Are you just building affiliate stuff? Like what are you kind of focused on?
Right now, it's getting more of my name just out there. So I've discovered I have a keen ability to speak for events. One, because I like doing it digitally. Also, it's really easy because I can put together a pretty mean presentation of kinds.
Oh, cool.
But also, I'm really good for some reason. Go ahead.
Are they virtual events? Is that what you're kind of smashing right now? Or are they
Virtual, I'm smashing more. I want to do more in person. I have
Cool.
one in Minneapolis this weekend. I'm a little
Nice.
nervous because I just haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
So, but that I'm sure will go well. It's a really good friend of mine. I'm an affiliate for as well. See, these partnerships ended up working out. So I was affiliate for this guy. He goes, "Hey, appreciate the sales. Do you want to come speak at my event? I won't charge you anything. Just come speak, hang out." And I said, "Hell yeah, you're 2 hours away drive. I'll come there and I'll speak and hang out." So getting my name out there, that's huge. Because I'm launching a new business that, like I said, it's going to be something that I believe will be able to scale because it'll have the large enough audience size. And if I want to sell it to like companies, I can charge between like $25,000 and a few $100,000 per client, which is
Wait, can you tell us a little bit about that, or is that a secret?
I can. It's called Profitalize. Profitalize.com. By the way, if anyone goes to it, you can't buy anything. It's not even fully built yet. I'm just building the building blocks, and also I'm building an affiliate army for it of sorts.
Sick.
I'm contacting people in all my affiliate relationships. But yeah, basically what it is, it's an all-in-one, like Salesforce. Salesforce is kind of considered the number one CRM in the world, also because it has a whatever $1 billion evaluation. It's humongous.
Have you ever actually used it though? It's so confusing and weird.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't understand their usability, how they have customers. But yes, Salesforce is the biggest in the world though. They're the all-in-one. If you want anything built, they have it.
Right.
I want to do Salesforce, but with business education. So if someone wants to learn SEO, lead generation, affiliate marketing, email marketing, you name it, videography, anything that has to even remotely do with business, there's like 21 different categories that I'll cover. I want to be the all-in-one solution for that because there's Udemy, right? Udemy exists. YouTube exists. Udemy, really shallow depth of length of education, not the best.
Right.
No knowledge, you go to Udemy, sure, you'll learn a little something. But for someone like me, I'll go to every single Udemy courses and I could not learn probably a single thing because I've taught, practiced all of it. I teach it.
Yeah.
So beginner to a very advanced level, I want to teach everything and anything business. And as well, I thought about that. I'm like, well, a lot of businesses also just kind of want templates. They don't want me to teach them it. They just want, give me a sales page template. Give me your kind of email process. Give me what you say in a sales call, because I've done sales as well. Give me those things. I'll buy that from you for X amount of money. I want to include all of that as well. So every template, every course, combine it with also events and training of their employees. So anything they need to learn on how to grow their business, I want to be the all-in-one source for every business, online and offline, to go to. Very big vision.
Finishing courses is hard, man. So I salute you.
It's a lot
doing
of
the
content.
good work, man. It's fucking. Yeah. It's like crack the whip, though. If you make like one video a day, eventually you'll get there. So just
in 2 years in 2 years you'll get there. I estimated about 500 hours of content to create, which is I might be drinking a lot of energy drinks, like 100 of them to get it done. But it's a big vision. But I think if it's made and it's done right, and I have affiliates to help launch it, I think it'll do exceptionally well.
Yeah. You could use a lot of those. What are those? Like they got pre-recorded videos that you can buy for like, you can get all of them and then you can just put those into places before you fill them all up and you could sell before you're done.
Yep. That's the plan, is to, and you could do that as well, I'm sure in some ways, pre-sell before it's even finished. Cause then you have some extra capital. You can do a lot of different things with that, make it even better, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. You got any advice for anybody who wants to become an entrepreneur out there? I mean, I've been doing this for a minute now too. So it's just a way of life, but when you're trying to come up with a new idea, when you're trying to launch a business or whatever, how do you think about it? Or what gets you fired up to go run out the mountain? And
Number one, I would recommend don't. If If you are not someone, I gotta say, if do not
good.
become an entrepreneur unless you are
A psycho.
fully dedicated. You are psycho, yes, you are completely psycho, and you are prepared for a lifetime journey. It is not something that you dabble in because then you didn't really do it. An entrepreneur, someone truly is someone who will execute and launch and scale a business or many businesses, many failed businesses, many succeeding businesses until they die.
Yeah.
So that's what, to me, a real entrepreneur is someone who grinds and works and creates their own culture with a product or service they believe in and love and do it until they believe it has become a true success. So number one, don't do it unless you're truly dedicated. Also, you are prepared for frustration beyond any imaginable means. You are prepared for success and wealth from any imaginable means. You're prepared for possibly becoming bankrupt. You are prepared for every edge of reality you could possibly meet in life. Get ready for it all. Oh, and you want to make sure you have a spouse that supports what you do, because otherwise your life will be a living hell. I fortunately have.
Hear that,
have had
audience? This guy knows what he's talking about. At least you know what's up.
You should know what's up, because I'm sure many people are listening going, yeah, my wife hates, or my husband hates. It's something that if you don't have, running your business it might ruin your business. I saw him, I forgot his name, but anyways, he had someone on a show, and this guy goes, I'm 20, I think he's like 22 years old. I have an 8-figure business. It's running super profitably, but my wife's going to leave me because I spend too much time on it. He goes, what do I do? What do you do in that situation? The business guy's like, what's easier to replace? Your business or your wife, your spouse? She goes, probably my spouse. So we get rid of the spouse and scale this company. And it's very happy. But I'm like, yeah, it's a huge, like my girlfriend, she's very understanding, but same thing is because I get it. Like you want attention too, but because you're so involved with your business, it's hard to like, I have stuff to do. There's never something for you not to do on your business or in your business ever, basically.
Yeah.
No. There's something you can work on and advertise and help with. So that I would say, and also too, relationships are humongously more important. Like networking is a net worth is such a downplayed scenario of how much really good relationships can just completely expand where business and life can take you. So a quick story. I know I talk a lot. Real quick is, so where I come from, really small town, Hibbing, Minnesota, small population. The biggest house is probably worth $500,000. Maybe there's a couple that are worth like $1 million. There's like 2 of them. There's nothing luxurious about the town. We have Walmart and we have our Pizza Hut shut down. Our KFC shut down. We have a mall with 2 stores that's probably could hold 30. There's nothing there. So coming from that, going to a couple of years after high school, it was on an event that we were for Joel, a great friend of ours, we were affiliate marketers for, to being in a mansion, this humongous, amazing mansion. We were served unlimited free drinks, margaritas in Mexico, had an infinity pool that went into an infinity hot tub that was overlooking the ocean, to this unique, surreal experience that literally to this day was almost fake. It was so amazing. Really, like my dad, from where we came from, we had basically nothing. It's like, is this real? Can you actually like experience this life? Like we literally were like, I almost feel like I could grab the ocean or grab the air.
It's a green screen.
It was so good. It was green screen quality. Is you can experience such amazing things. The friendships we made from that are infinitely important to us. We're friends with Joel. We love his kids, love his family. Came up to see us. And everything that came out of it, that one experience, that one relationship has created and plethora of opportunity that will continue to serve its purpose for 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
So relationships, the right ones with really good people, if you just show people you care or actually genuine with them and actually try to help them, will usually end up turning out really, really well.
I like it. And like it's another broad topic. Do you have any advice on keeping good relationships? Like if you do meet some cool affiliates, like how do you stay in contact? Like what do you do? Any advice? Send
them funny, weird stuff all the time. So I like Also, if I feel like, and I'm horrible at this actually, I'm actually well known to my family and friends. I used to be really bad at responding to people just because I have so many thoughts going on through my brain. Even while I speak, I'm thinking of things to say and ways to branch off while I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Is that I don't have as much of a focus to remember certain things. So something I'd forget is to contact family, friends, etc. So now I've done my best, and I keep doing my best to make sure, whether it's a meme, a GIF, a picture of something from our past, every once in a while, I will just send, for example, Joel. I'll text Joel, hey, this picture of us is from Cabo. We should go back there sometime. Or I'll text him. I'll give him a call. Just give him a call.
Yeah.
Just text. Just stay, even if it's more rare than you wish it was, stay consistent and somewhat try to keep, just like business, follow up.
Yeah.
Follow up with people and show, hey, I'm not with you all the time. I'm not talking to you all the time, but I still care enough that I'm going to reach out to you. Because that's what most people don't do at all, is most people don't keep talking to and managing those relationships. Like most podcast hosts, I still talk to afterwards because, oh, this dude, Rob's pretty cool. Or,
right.
or James is pretty cool. It's like, I actually want to keep talking to this person. And also try to go, I believe, going above and beyond to actually truly serve and give to other people. So if you, like I said, with the ad world experience, I could have just made one video. I even told them, I made them 3 videos, but I also said, hey, if you want me to make a sales webinar that you want to send to your list, I will make a sales webinar just for ad world, because I'm really good at making a lot of different things. So I want to give. If things happen for me, freaking fantastic. If they don't,
like that. Yeah, no,
yeah, I would love
I'm not
that.
gonna say no to that. Yeah, no.
No, I won't. But if nothing happens, at least I was a good person,
Right.
and I gave everything I did. And I did everything I could to be a good person and give myself to the world, which is the best you can do.
Yeah, I love it, man. So I really liked the JV influencer marketing. That's what I'm calling it, because that's what I wrote down. But you know what I mean. You got any others like tactics or like little gems, like just for getting new business, making more sales that we might not have touched on?
Right. So I'm going to be doing that. I think will go very well is partnering with related companies to the product and services you are offering, to potentially be like the whole company and their leads list be something that you share together. So for example, something I'm going to try to do, which wish me luck, I hope it works out, is I think about does this business that I want to work with, what does their audience want that I can provide that's related together? So Kajabi and any other CRM, they have a variety of business owners. Their email list and their customer base comprises entirely of mainly business owners, people who are looking to grow a passion or business. So if I'm building, for my example, I'm building an all-in-one education platform for business owners to grow their business, doesn't it make sense for Kajabi to upsell them or have them be sold something that helps them grow their business? And if I can even create training for them that focuses on doing that with Kajabi's tools, learning email marketing, learning affiliate marketing with Kajabi's tools, wouldn't they want to do that even more?
Right.
So my idea is I'm going to try to partner with, because that's another way, is not even with just affiliates, but with almost, like you're saying, JV partners with large companies who have similar audiences. How can I work with them to provide them for them? They provide for me an audience base to promote to, but I also serve their customers. So Kajabi, Hyros, which is tracking, getting a hold of Alex Becker is very difficult, though. Some of these people, it's very difficult to get a hold of them.
He's leaving the country now, so it would be even harder. Yeah.
Right. So what you got to do is I mainly try to connect with just anyone in the organization. Be kind, be genuine, I'm very non-salesy. I'm not like, hey, my organization wants to partner with your organization, but we're going to bring you $5 bajillion in business. It's very, hey, I saw what you guys have going on. I think that I could possibly serve your customers more and you guys would be able to earn some good money from it. How can we just talk about this and see if there's any opportunity at all? And if there isn't, I'll still give this platform, my kind of pitch. I'll give my entire platform of training to all of your employees in your entire company completely free, just for talking with me.
Yeah.
So you have to have a way in. You have to have a unique offer to get in with these kinds of businesses to make these relationships.
Yeah, and then give value. I like it, man. I dig it.
Thank you.
Well, we chopped it up, man. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I got 2 questions that I ask everybody that comes on the show. But before we get into that, what's the best way for the audience watching and listening to get in your world and get in contact with you?
Go to YouTube, look up my name, Jon Weberg. There's no H in the John, so don't look it up with the H because you may not find me. Jon Weberg, Weberg. Go to YouTube, look me up, or add me on LinkedIn, Facebook, any socials, and subscribe, watch my stuff. That's all I ask. Don't really have anything to sell right now. It's just mainly follow me, and I will try to teach you the best to optimize, grow, and scale your business to infinity.
Hell yeah. And then he's making good content. So everybody listening, go check out
Thank you.
John's YouTube channel. It'll be in the link notes below. So the two questions that I ask everybody, the first one catches some people off guard or whatever, but I'm writing a book about money. So I want to just know, do you have any tips on, how to make more money or how to lose less money, or just any advice for anybody listening about money?
I do, and I've also done the same. That's one of the two I have.
Oh yeah.
Great thing to write about because you have so much knowledge on it that, again, you think is common practice, but it isn't. And you're like, all these ideas, like people need to actually use and apply this stuff. So number one, anything you learn from reading his book, just use it and do it. Is the number one thing. Like saving money seems like such a simple idea, but yet so many people don't do it. Or number two, saving money in a place where your money actually grows. So saving your money in a bank, saving it, and there's I'm not very familiar in this space, but there's some, like, for example, some life insurance policies you can build. You can take out money anytime, and it earns interest. So screw the bank. I'm putting $100,000 in one of those. Right. As well, if you're a believer in crypto, long-term, very good. Short-term, pretty volatile, but long-term, really good. Number three, spending within your means and realizing your means is smaller than you think. The vast majority of people, I mean the vast, that I know that struggle with money, a statistic came out that now I think it's the average person making around $250,000 a year is struggling with money. A good portion of them are almost living paycheck to paycheck. Like when I was first getting started, or when I was younger and I was making $30K a year, how are you making $250 and struggling? So expenses and not spending within your means is the biggest crutch that people lean on, and that will snap and break. Also usually involving with debt. If you have a lot of debt, number one, get a loan from a bank that has a lower interest rate to pay off those large credit card debts. Number three or five, I don't know what I'm on, don't accumulate it in the first place. For the love of God, spend within your means. If you need to use a credit card, then do use it. Keep a small balance. Do not go above a certain threshold. Also, for example, me, you're not even supposed to do it like this, but I pay off every credit card statement in full immediately. Like I just got a gaming desktop. It was up to, like, my credit card was up to like $4,000. Paid it off immediately. I don't want to keep onto that and hold on to that, because I know so many people that have racked it up to huge numbers. And because you are paying so much interest, never pay the minimum payment. If you pay minimum payments on a credit card, you will basically pay it off for, I think it's like between 5 and 10 years straight. If you just pay a minimum payment, you have to pay above, and pay off as much as you can. Because I know some people who have credit card debt who they almost cannot earn enough working full-time overtime to pay off just the interest on that debt. Because the interest is also what's killing you, because you're never actually even paying down the interest. You will pay on it forever because you aren't paying enough. So make larger than normal payments. If you can, double the payments of what you owe on a credit card. In general, spend between your means, save money, don't blow it all. And if you can, which most people can, invest, even if it's a little bit each month, into stocks that yield. I believe stocks that yield are best. So I don't have any off the top of my head, but just any stock that yields, that has a good foundation that you can do some basic research on. Anything that kind of yields grows money, or at least isn't going to deflate, like the bank account that lends it out infinitely and profits extensively off of it. So do your best, save, don't blow it all, and don't spend money to impress anyone. I think the biggest crutch people have in general is thinking they need to look and present themselves as amazing, nice, and buying stuff just to make Josh or Chucky down the block jealous of them or think they have money. People do that all the time, extensively. The need to consume and appear worthy to other people, it's a self-reflection of something that you need to work on inside that you shouldn't worry about. Like, for example, just me personally, I could go out, and I have. And actually, I almost, to my own extent of how I feel about it, shouldn't have done it. Like, I go out in public, I can be in my pajamas. I give zero care of what anyone thinks anytime. Like I'll go out with my girlfriend, we'll go walk to the post office. I'm wearing pajamas. I'm probably not even wearing underwear some of the time. Not kidding. Because for me, it's just, I know what I care about most in life. All this stuff relates. Is I care about my family, my friends, my cute pup, my 2 cats, giving to people. Not much else. What I'm wearing for 10 seconds walking down the block to the post office doesn't really matter that much. And people, I think, need to realize that a lot of the stuff that you care about, that you attach things to, gotta let it go. Just care about what actually helps you grow your life and that pays your bills.
Yeah. You got to have that conversation with yourself and realize what those are
Right.
sometimes, though, too. What were the books that you wrote?
One is, I got them right next to me. One is Finally Wealthy, Your Simple Guide to Create Massive Wealth. Look,
Nice.
very professional on the cover, all on Amazon, self-published. And the other one is right here. It's called 19. I wrote this when I was 19 years old, 19 lessons I had learned. And I got a lot of flack from people who are older than me. Because like, oh, you're 19, you don't know anything. I'm like, I haven't gone through the things, maybe necessarily. I probably have, but maybe not necessarily. But I've learned from watching other people older than me make those mistakes.
Yeah.
So I don't have to make them because I've watched and learned and go, oh, you ended up bankrupt. You ended up an alcoholic. You ended up doing these different things because you didn't do these things or took care of these problems in yourself.
Yeah.
That caused this journey. So 19 and Finally Wealthy. Thank you for asking. Both can get them on Amazon.
Cool.
19 is majorly kind of self-help, doing the things you should in life to progress your life forward. And then as well, Finally Wealthy, by definition, is covering financial health, your personal financial health, and financial health and how to grow and manage your business as well.
Sick. And then the last question I got for you is, what motivates you? You know, what really fires you up? What gets you going?
Making people smile and laugh. It is my number one. Genuinely, I love working with people. Like I could talk like this with you for, I'm sure, an infinite amount of time. Every podcast I go on, we go over the time limit. Really, there's a couple I've on, and it's gone like two hours. One of them like 2 or 3 hours. Because this is normally an hour, but we just kind of kept going. Because I love working with people. I love making people smile. I love making people laugh. One, because it just feels good, and two, because where I grew up, or how I grew up, there wasn't like, we were happy. I was happy with my brothers and stuff for my family, but there was a lot of, I had a divorce, a really messy divorce with my parents. We were really broke all the time. I was fighting with my brothers. There was a lot of chaos. And what came out of that always made us feel better is when we could laugh at literally anything. So making people laugh, have a good time, helping them accomplish something that they really want. Like my girlfriend, for example, she was one of the people who was broke, paycheck to paycheck, and had nothing in her savings. And literally like every 2 weeks, she'd have like $30 left. And I'm like, how do you live? She goes, well, I do this, I do this. I go, tell me, this is like a bit we do with businesses we coach and consult with. Like, what do you do with your money? Where do you spend it? Where does it go?
Yeah.
What do you doing with it? And she goes, well, I buy clothes, I buy this, I buy that. And I was able to get her to now have, she has a decent chunk that's always in her savings, and her checkings always never goes below a certain amount. Mm-hmm. So something like that for the average person, that's life-changing because you're not 24/7 worrying about money. Right. And for me, that's like awesome. I help my girlfriend just relieve stress, which probably is going to help not just her financials, but it's going to help her afford things better. It's going to help her work with me in our relationship, you name it. So I love people. People are what make the world go round. Business, life, relationships, you name it. More people I connect with, better. Thank you.
Seems like you're the guy to go to for partnerships and things like that. So that could be your niche right there, man. That's pretty cool.
I try my best.
Well, right on, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. You got any last thoughts we might not have touched on before we kind of wrap it up? 2 quotes, which one of them got retweeted and went viral by even Justin Timberlake's wife. Pretty cool. Little known fact. The first one, which is, it's kind of generic, but I wrote about it when I was first getting into business because as well as I think about, it's aspire for progress, hunger for success, and strive for greatness, which has an obvious meaning, nonstop. Keep achieving more, doing your best. And as well, your attitude is not defined by your life. Your life is defined by your attitude, which I wrote thinking about what kind of the messaging is. I think in life, that's the most important. And I wrote about in my book is that people think that your outside world dictates how you feel, how you think, how you act, what you do, when entirely
Although it is very difficult, it is managed by your internal thinking, what you do in here. There's something that Tony Robbins taught that I try to teach others too, is that how you think, because you control how you think. People don't realize that you control what goes on in your head. It is very hard sometimes that you get emotional, but you can do it. How you think dictates how you feel. How you feel dictates the actions you take. The actions you take dictate the results you see in your life. So if you can entirely control this first function, the rest should fall like dominoes some or most of the time, because there is some luck in life, there is some bad luck in life, but for the majority of life, you dictate your thoughts and attitude, and that will control your life however you speak and feel it into the world.
I like it, man. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I think that was the show, man. Mic drop at the end right there. But everybody listening and watching, be sure to go check out Jon's YouTube. The link will be in the show notes. Leave us some replies, some comments, share this with a friend if they want to learn more about business. Thanks, Jon, for coming on.
Appreciate you so much, and everyone have an absolutely amazing day.
All right. Talk to everybody later.